The NBA opening week has been insane. We got Game of the Year in Oklahoma City on ring night. We had the Warriors coming out and proving they're still pretty solid. We had my Hornets playing good enough last night to get me to be delusional. Giannis still looks like a top 3 player in the world. Crazy comeback by the Pistons last night that came up just short. There was an FBI probe into the NBA. Anthony Edwards looks like he's taking the leap. And all of that was not even the biggest news that we've got over the last couple days. Because after last night, I will no longer be surprised if Victor Wembenyama goes on to become the greatest player to ever touch a basketball. And I said it this offseason, I thought he'd be a top 5 player on both ends of the floor this season. Well, he's already the best defensive player by a long shot because nobody else can defend the rim the way that he can. Even if he's not there, the thought of him is in the back of your head if you're trying to go up and get a bucket at the rim. And then offensively, I mean, are we serious? He put in some work with Elijah Wan this offseason, and it's showing. I mean, the pump fake into a reverse dunk, ridiculous, catching it backwards and dunking it on the break from Stephon Castle. What are we talking about? And then just facing up like he's Steph Curry at 7'5" and knocking down an and 1 3. And when you really look into this performance by Wemby, it gets even more impressive when you realize the fact that he's playing a top 5 defense in the league. And if they're not top 5, they're definitely top 10. I mean, this is a team with Anthony Davis. That's who they're centered around. But they have guys like Derek Lively. Sure, they were without Daniel Gafford last night. But Cooper Flagg, even though he's a rookie, one of the most versatile defenders in the league already. PJ Washington, fantastic defender. Clay, even though he's older, is still a good defender. They got guys like Max Christie, who can be a good defender. Najee Marshall, very good defender. They're very switchable. They're very versatile. They can do a lot of things defensively. I'm probably forgetting somebody too. And Wemby just had his way. I really don't know how you stop him. Let's take a look at some of the ways that the Mavs did try to stop him last night. And like I said, this is one of the best NBA defenses. They have one of the best front courts for stopping opponents. So they throw Derek Lively on him, right? About 7'3" now after the growth spurt. And he's going to set this screen for Castle and then face up, right? So he's got a one-on-one with Lively, and then they're coming with Devin Vassell to set a screen. So he can go either attack Cooper Flagg or attack Lively. That's what he chooses to do. And I mean, that's tough. That is a tough bucket. That's very SGA coded right here, where he is going to refuse the screen, get downhill into Lively, and then what are you going to do? What are you going to do when a 7'5" guy with an 8-foot wingspan elevates and celebrates over the top of you, right? So Jason Kidd, he tries to throw a zone at him, which I don't understand right here. Later in the game, about 7:22 in the first quarter, it takes one ball fake, and Wemby beats this zone and just goes and slams it. I mean, right here, Christie's going to fly in, Coop's going to funnel in, ball fake back to Barnes. There goes Christie, and there goes Cooper Flagg right to the rim. Anthony Davis makes a business decision. So back to this matchup. We go back to Lively on Wemby, and yeah, Lively's a great defender, but he only played 10 minutes last night because he couldn't stay out of foul trouble. This is a horrific closeout right here, and as a result, he gets nuts in his face. And this is what they do. It's just clearing out. It's going to be an empty side ball screen, inverted with Dylan Harper setting it. They're trying to attack D'Lo. D'Lo gets off quick enough to be able to recover, but then that leaves Derek Lively in a very bad spot. He gets beat, and he gets nuts in his mouth. Tough luck. So right now they're going to go away from this. They're going to go to the Anthony Davis matchup, right? And surely the 5-time all-defensive player, the 3-time block champ, he finished second in Defensive Player of the Year voting twice. Surely he can stop Wemby, right? Yeah, Wemby hits this dude with one hesitation move and then just big bodies him right to the rim. End of the quarter here in a very interesting lineup for the Mavs, and it just doesn't matter. I mean, what can you do? For whatever reason, Najee Marshall is guarding him. Not sure what J-Kid's thinking there, but at the end of the day, if somebody's going to do this, a little shoulder fake, and get to here, there's not really much you can do about it other than clone Victor Wembanyama and guard him with himself. Now we're going to throw PJ Washington on him, a very versatile wing defender, and as Dylan Harper clears out, it's supposed to be clearing Cooper Flagg out, but instead Flagg's going to come double, so PJ Washington needs to stay on the low side. However, he bites on the pump fake, Flagg's on the wrong side, and Anthony Davis once again makes a second business decision. I mean, look, what is that? That he shouldn't be able to do that. Somebody nerf this man. And then they go back to the AD matchup, right? Again, the 5-time all-defensive team player, the 3-time block champ, and he's runner-up for D point twice, and it just doesn't matter. Bro, that's good defense too. That is just about as good as you can guard that, and it ends up with a foul. Then you go back to the Lively matchup to open the half, and he turns into 7'5" Steph Curry and knocks down a step back 3. I mean, what are we? I saw this live, and I legitimately started screaming. I didn't even mean to. It just happened. It was a natural reaction to whatever this blasphemy is that he's out here doing on the court, taking AD one-on-one from half court, and he's just too long. He goes up there and punches it. And again, AD's a fantastic defender. Then right here, they're going to get into the pick and roll, right? AD's going to begin. They're going to screen Cooper and let Castle come off the screen, but the Mavs do a fantastic job. They switch this. This is the positionless defense that we've talked about. Coop's now going to recover to the weak side. I believe that's Nembhard tags Wemby, but instead they're going to throw it ahead to Vassell this time, and now at this point you're cooked. Take the ball out of bounds because they're just going to throw it at the rim, and Wemby's taller and longer and can jump higher than any of you. And then Jason Kidd just says, screw it, let's throw Max Christie on him and see what happens. And yeah, he turns into Kevin Durant and hits a baseline fadeaway that nobody on earth can defend. I mean, what are we talking about here? He sees the double coming in PJ Washington, spins baseline. Max Christie is definitely fouling him right here. The rest letting it go, though. Little discard, and then fading away into the corner, he knocks it down. Just to put an exclamation point on his performance last night, which may be the greatest opening night performance ever. And by no means was it one-dimensional, because he was also just terrorizing Dallas on the defensive side of the ball, going up and getting that one. But they have 3 guards that can funnel everything towards Wemby, and then a plethora of wings that can switch out on the perimeter and be good defenders or be ball stoppers. So you have more freedom as a perimeter defender when you know you got this guy sitting behind you that AD really has no chance, because his hand goes as tall as the backboard when he jumps. Look at him play free safety right here. Give me that. Could have been goaltending, but he goes up and plucks it out of the air, and then flag. Yeah, this ain't Duke, but this is the NBA, and there's 7'5" giants standing down there that can touch the top corner of the backboard. Like I said, a 360 block for good measure. He finished with 40 points, 15 rebounds, 3 blocks, a steal, and he did that in 29 minutes. Everything you've seen in this video happened in 29 minutes. 15 of 21 from the field, was a plus 31 last night. Yeah, he was feeling it, by all means. And I mean, what are you supposed to do when a guy can just pass it to you and he just reaches out over everybody and dunks it? It's not fair. But he wasn't the only Spur hooping last night. Stephon Castle had himself a night as well. He was really good. It looks like he's started to develop. The 3-ball looked a little bit better. He finished with 22 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals in 28 minutes. Became more of a true point guard, a true floor general. 8 of 12 from the field, 1 of 3 from beyond the arc. And watch the reads he's making right here. Coming off the little stagger screen here where Wemby's going to roll and then Harrison Barnes is going to pop. Almost like the Spanish pick and roll, but not quite. And everybody goes with he and Wemby. Barnes is wide open. Beautiful read. Then same thing right here. Just going to flip it early to Keldon Johnson in the corner, and he gets a wide open 3 as Cornette rolls. He's going to bring in Christie to tag, and as soon as he sees that, he's just going to flip it out of the corner and create a wide open 3 for Keldon Johnson. The defense was also there as well, getting loose balls, getting out in transition, finishing layups, deflections against D'Lo right here, going up for the and 1 in transition, and then look at him get out and run. Go run, young man. And PJ, I thought, could have had a chase down, but he didn't try. And then out in transition, finding Devin Vassell here. These Spurs are young, they're fun, they're athletic, very reminiscent of the Charlotte Hornets, if you will. And with that being said, on that note, that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Make sure to the like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. With all that being said, thanks so much for watching today's video.